Hi YouTubers, welcome to Loud Thoughts. Now we know how we run it in Loud Thoughts. We always have a question to answer. And today we have a pretty interesting, will I say dicey in the words of Joyce Jukes, dicey question, and Neki has it. Neki.
Okay, this one is from Adodo Blessing. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Says,
Blessing.
will you allow your mother-in-law stay with you in your matrimonial home?
Okay, so straight to the answer. Will I allow my mother-in-law stay in my home? I can relate with this because growing up as a child, my grandma stayed with us for a really long time. So it wasn't, I don't know, she had a bit of altercation sometimes with us as children, my mom, with her son. So I would not want to say no. I would say, what are the circumstances making her come to stay with us? Because that time I lost my grandpa, and she couldn't stay on her own. She was really elderly, so we had to move her over to our house. So I'm wondering what's the circumstances to which would want to make my mother-in-law come, and are there other reasons why? Are these strong reasons? So if it is a medical condition, if it is whatever it is, it has to be a strong reason for my mother-in-law to come and stay in my house. I would not want to say an outright no, because she's probably going to come and visit for when you give birth to a child. She's going to visit when something new happens.
But it's not visits we're talking about. We're talking about staying.
And that's why I said circumstances differ.
And now that you're even bringing it from all this angle, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Circumstances differ. You know, I know you may want to quickly say, no, let her go and stay in her husband's house. I'm in my husband's house. But circumstances differ. And you're not a wicked person for you to just outrightly say, no, she's not coming. So, Neki, what do you think? Would you let her stay? Because I really want to say no.
I'm no is the first thing that will come. There's no yes. Because I don't know, it's a stay, it's not visits. If it's visits, it's staying she's talking about. She's not talking about this. So we're looking at a very long period of time here. We're not looking at whether she's coming for Omugo. Even if Omugo is for 3 months, I know after 3 months she's going. That's settled. But if it's to come stay, no.
Why?
Why no? Because I know how I work. And I don't want to look like I had somebody that I would want to report anything that goes on in the house.
What if your mother-in-law?
My mother-in-law, or I don't want intrusion. I don't want it. You know, if she wants to stay, we can make provision for where to stay. That is why planning, communication is key in marriage. Do you understand? I'm also looking at it. I'm like, okay, well, my mom too is going to be my husband's mother-in-law, and if my mom also want to come and stay, stay. I'm not sure. We have to talk about it. You understand? It's not going to be long because, of course, to some extent, we know how there's a general conception of what mother-in-laws can be, and they would all, especially, we're not saying that there are no exceptions to the rules. I'm just saying that a lot of time they can just be intrusive, and it's that intrusiveness that I might have a problem with. And so that we don't have altercations, you know, just to avoid altercations, you know, and somebody comes to say, oh, this is how my son, I used to tell my son how to do it, oh. I'm just trying to advise you, you know, say, una way young, una way know waiting they stop, they talk to. Now my mother says that to me, so I think I've heard that enough from my mom, and I don't know. I respect my mother-in-law. You know, I've had a discussion when I was in school, and I've heard a lot of girls then in the hostel will tell me they can never marry a man whose mother is alive. Why? Because of the experience they've seen their own mom go through. So it's not a one-size-fits-all answer. I would not outrightly say no, but if it's coming to stay, we'll talk about it.
All right, so I told you that I was a bit indifferent, but usually what first came to my mind is no. But I thought about the fact that I had my grandma stay in my house, and it wasn't actually a bitter-sweet experience for me, but it was an experience nevertheless. And growing up, I've realized later on that my mom and my grandma really became close, and she was able to deal with my grandma a lot. So when you're dealing with people, I feel that you have to ask yourself these questions. What are the circumstances surrounding why she has to stay. If she's really an older person and she will actually need that attention, then she may need to stay with you for a while. But what we did was, she kept going to everybody's house, so it wasn't actually a fixed thing.
Okay.
But I think that, it was our house she stayed the longest anyway. So that's why I'm saying that this experiences are different.
Growing up, I never saw my grandmother.
The experiences are different, so that's why I'm like, it's a dicey situation, because you don't want to be perceived as a bad person.
Please perceive me as a bad person. No.
Neki, why I would say this
Perceive
is
me.
because your mother-in-law may not be a bad person.
No, my
as an
mother-in-law
individual, she would be an amazing person, and if circumstances actually warrants that she stays with you for a while, it won't be a problem.
I know the word is the stay. Stay is, she's going to be there for a very long time. Do you understand? And all things being equal, I do not want that. We just got married. Do you understand? Especially when
let's assume it wasn't just when you got married.
Okay, when you got married, when I have kids and she wants to come around and stay. Okay, fine. But not like stay. I wouldn't want that. I just see, the thing is there's some things I just want to. That's the things that are best avoided. So, Blessing, the kind of mother-in-law you have. You may not, you know how she works. You might have somebody that is pretty much educated and sophisticated, and she does not have any business. Some mother-in-laws can be like that. So some mother-in-laws, it's their duty to know how you spend her son's money. So it just depends on the individual that you're working with here.
I'm sure you're not going to marry that kind of woman, but
she's married and we don't know the kind of mother-in-law that she has.
Yes,
so it depends on the person you're working with.
I completely agree with you, Neki, that you should check the circumstances, and if you think that your mother-in-law is someone that you can't actually live with, is someone that you have to deal with, and maybe before you go married you're having issues with the same person over and over again, then you should definitely sit your husband down and ask him, what are the things we can do? Can we get her a nurse if it's a medical condition? Can we get an older sibling or someone else in the family that's a relation that she will be a lot more comfortable with to relate with her? So there's a whole lot around this. Times have changed, and I believe that our mother-in-laws are a lot more modern over time.
I don't still believe so. I don't believe mother-in-laws are much more modern
over time.
I don't believe, and I believe that this issue is very tricky, like you said, and it has cost couples to even separate. It's that dicey. So it depends. I would still say it depends on who you're working with. It depends on who your mother-in-law is that would determine how far you want her to come stay in your house.
Okay.
I'm of that opinion.
Okay, so as usual, like I said, it's a dicey one. It's not something that we just want to either say, hey, no. So I believe that circumstances, whatever it is that you're being presented with, would help you handle and deal with how you go about the circumstances. Personally, I do not think I want my mother-in-law to stay longer than Omugo, or longer than 3 months, or 1 week, or even 1 day. But like I said, the circumstances will determine what should be done about it. And yes, you can discuss it. That's why you get the right spouse, get the right person that you are with. And if like Neki said, Blessing, if you're dealing with someone who needs a serious handling, then you should discuss with your husband and find a way to deal with it. All right, so we have said so much. This is where we draw the curtain on loud thoughts. Neki, do you have any other thing to say? Because you've been very passionate.
No, I do. It's so much. You see, what am I talking about?
You don't want to see your mother-in-law in the house.
No, see, that is why. That is the reason why it also boils down to who you're getting married to.
That's how I feel.
While
you've been talking, I just wanted to remind you that you're going to be a mother-in-law one day.
Yes, and I will not stress them.
Hold on, this is where we draw the curtain, because you're very... Before you jump out of the camera, enter the camera to go and find the mother-in-law in the future.
Okay, it's fine.
Thank you very much for joining us today. So we'll come your way to an amazing question. Do not forget to go and drop your questions after the show ends now. So we'll come your way tomorrow. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because this is our YouTube special. Do have a lovely day. It's a bye for now.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.